We have to be out on the 31st of October. That is the date we need to be out.
Deal or no deal?
Deal or no deal, that is the date that we need to have left by.
Can you actually do that? Can you take the country out of the EU with no deal, knowing that with a combination of the Speaker and the fact that there is a majority of MPs in the House against no deal, that would stop you?
Well, again, I think we need to look at how process works, because there's a lot wrong on this in the media and maybe what you're saying. What we've got is Article 50, which means we are leaving on the date, and that is the 31st of October. So whilst other people might try and frustrate it, and you're quite right, most MPs have never reconciled with the fact that the country voted to leave, that they've tried to derail it. And what you saw...
So how would you stop them? That's what I'm not clear about.
There you go. Well, let me explain. So the Prime Minister last time kept bringing forward her withdrawal agreement. So when you bring something forward to the floor of the House, it's only then things can be amended. So once a motion's laid, and then you can alter the journey and the course. Well, I wouldn't be bringing back the withdrawal agreement. No. So there would be nothing that you could amend to alter it. And what the Prime Minister did...
Would you not expect MPs to find some other legislative vehicle, whether it's a private member's bill or whatever, some way of being able to engineer a vote on it?
So this is what they did last time.
Yeah.
When you're talking about Oliver Letwin, Yvette Cooper, they, again, on the back of bringing something forward, had the Prime Minister seek an extension. Now, she only had to seek an extension. She didn't have to do it.
Sure.
So, actually, it was the Prime Minister who altered things. So, frequently, I understand process in the House is complicated, but when I listen to people like yourselves talking, you don't quite understand the process in the House.
So I'm just asking questions. I mean, I know
so
that
if you
Parliament... When
so
Matt Hancock... forget my words. Matt Hancock, your rival, says a no-deal Brexit won't happen because Parliament won't allow it. Is he just plain wrong?
And the only way, and unless he wants to be Prime Minister and keep bringing back the withdrawal agreement, and he does seem to be following Theresa May's path then they could lay amendments and try and frustrate it. But if you don't bring something back to the floor of the House to amend, then it can't be amended and derailed in that way.
So you don't think there'd be another legislative vehicle that they could use to stop it?
I'm sure people will try and frustrate the will of the British people. And what I'm saying as Prime Minister...
You describe it as frustrating, but that could work. That could stop the UK leaving with no deal on October 31st.
No, it couldn't, because the Prime Minister has the ability to ensure things don't happen, to frustrate things on the floor of the House, and therefore the only thing that is in law is Article 50, saying we're leaving, and that's what we've got to ensure we do.
How many jobs will be lost as a result of the UK leaving the EU with no deal?
Well, listen, we've heard the scare stories before.
I'm asking you how many.
And I'm saying we've heard these scare stories before, which said even if we voted to leave,
I'm talking, we're 3 years on now. And how many jobs will be lost if the UK leaves the EU with no deal?
And I'm saying how wrong information like this was in the past.
And I hear
they said
and now I'm asking you how many.
Well, I'm saying if you've got all this information and these scare stories wrong before, significantly wrong.
I've never made any forecasts. I'm asking you what you think.
500,000 people, they said, would be made unemployed, and they weren't. We're now at record rates of employment.
OK, so would it be 500, 5,000, 100,000?
Victoria, I'm not getting into
or would no
these
jobs
games
be lost?
With you. I'm saying so far all of these predictions have been wrong, and we've now got record high employment. And so that's what we've got to continue to be, a world leader, and go out with a forward-looking, outward-looking global...
Any jobs might be lost as a result of the UK leaving the EU without a deal?
Victoria, I'm not going to get into this number guessing when I can tell you so far all of these people who said these things, this catastrophe and these things that you're talking about would happen, got it all wrong in 2016.
Would you find a role for Nigel Farage?
In what capacity?
In terms of Brexit?
And why would I be doing that?
Well, he's asked for one. Brexit Party are asking for one because they did so well in the European elections.
Well, they did do very well in the European elections.
Is there any role for him if you were Prime Minister?
And what we've got to make sure we do is make sure that we deliver Brexit. What they proved is by not delivering Brexit, a single party on a single issue, the Brexit Party, managed to get an incredible election result. In fact, if it had have been the general election, they would have been running the country with over 400 seats.
So
I
is that
think,
a yes or no?
As in,
any role for him?
I do not foresee a role for Nigel Farage when we deliver Brexit, which is what we've got to do, and then the Conservative Party can go forward and look at these future things like education, like transport, like policing, like the NHS, all key things that we've got to get right for all the working classes.
Couple more quick questions, if I may. You said on LGBT relationship lessons last week,